Beloved, before you move on to the next thing, before you allow another distraction to pull your attention away, stay here for a moment. There is a reason these words have found you today. Out of all the voices competing for your attention, out of all the messages you could have been listening to, you stopped here. Perhaps you do not fully understand why yet, but something deep inside you knew that you needed encouragement, direction, and hope. You have been carrying burdens that few people know about. You have been smiling through situations that have been draining your strength. You have been showing up every day, doing your best to keep moving forward, even when your heart has felt tired and your mind has felt overwhelmed. And today, I want to remind you of something important. You are not invisible. Your struggles are not unnoticed. Your prayers are not ignored. There have been moments when you wondered whether anything would ever change. There have been nights when you lay awake thinking about the future, replaying conversations, worrying about problems, and trying to figure out how everything would work out. You carried questions that seemed to have no answers. You carried concerns that no one else could solve for you. Yet, despite everything you have faced, you are still here. You are still standing. You are still moving forward. That alone is proof that you are stronger than you realize. Sometimes life has a way of convincing people that they are forgotten. It whispers that their efforts do not matter. It suggests that their dreams are too far away, their mistakes are too great, or their circumstances are too difficult to overcome. But those whispers do not define your future. Those fears do not determine your destiny. What you are facing today is only one chapter of your story. It is not the final page. It is not the conclusion. There is more ahead of you than what is behind you.
Think about everything you have already survived. Remember the challenges that once seemed impossible. Remember the obstacles that looked too large to overcome. Remember the seasons when you thought you would never make it through. Yet somehow, step by step, day by day, you kept going. You found strength you did not know you had. You discovered resilience that could not be broken. Even when you felt weak, you continued moving forward. Even when you felt uncertain, you refused to quit. That strength was not an accident. That perseverance was not random. It became part of who you are. There are people who underestimated you. There are people who assumed you would give up. There are people who thought your best days were already behind you. But they did not see the determination inside you. They did not understand the battles you fought in silence. They did not witness the courage it took you to get up each morning and keep trying. They only saw the surface. They never saw the faith, the hope, and the endurance that carried you through the hardest moments. Right now, you may be standing in a place where answers seem delayed. You may be waiting for a breakthrough in your finances, your relationships, your career, or your personal journey. You may feel like you have done everything you know to do, and yet the results have not arrived. If that describes you, do not lose heart. Progress is not always visible in the moment. Growth often happens beneath the surface before it appears above the ground. Seeds spend time developing roots before anyone sees the harvest. Just because you cannot see every change taking place does not mean nothing is happening. Many people quit too soon because they mistake delay for defeat. They assume that because something has not happened yet, it will never happen. But timing and failure are not the same thing. Waiting and losing are not the same thing. There are moments in life when preparation is happening behind the scenes. Doors are being prepared, opportunities are being formed, lessons are being learned, character is being strengthened. What feels like a pause may actually be preparation for something greater than you expected.
You have spent enough time doubting yourself. You have spent enough time focusing on everything that went wrong. You have spent enough time listening to voices that tell you why something cannot happen. Today is a reminder to look beyond your limitations. Look beyond your fears. Look beyond your current circumstances. There is potential within you that has not been fully revealed yet. There are abilities within you that have not been fully developed yet. There are opportunities ahead that you cannot see from where you are standing right now. Do not allow disappointment to convince you that hope is pointless. Do not allow setbacks to convince you that progress is impossible. Every successful journey includes moments of uncertainty. Every meaningful achievement includes challenges. Every testimony includes a struggle that had to be overcome. The difficult season you are facing today does not mean your future is ruined. In many cases, it is preparing you for a level of growth you could not reach any other way. The next chapter of your life will require courage. It will require faith. It will require you to keep moving even when every detail is not clear. But you have already proven that you can do difficult things. You have already demonstrated strength during seasons that should have broken you. You have already overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible. If you made it through those moments, you can make it through this one as well. Take a moment and remember this truth. Your story is still being written. The challenges of today are not the end. The disappointments are not the end. The waiting is not the end. There is still purpose in your journey. There is still hope in front of you. There is still strength within you. And as you continue moving forward one step at a time, you may discover that the very season you thought would stop you becomes the season that transforms you. The very struggle you thought would defeat you becomes the experience that strengthens you. The very obstacle you feared becomes the reason you learn how powerful perseverance can truly be. And this is only the beginning of what you need to hear today. The message continues. The encouragement grows stronger from here. Stay ready, because the next part will speak directly to the doubts, fears, and obstacles that have been trying to hold you back for far too long.
There have been moments when you questioned whether all your effort was worth it. You kept showing up, kept trying, kept believing that somehow things would improve, yet the results seemed far away. Every day looked similar to the day before. Every prayer felt like it was disappearing into silence. Every attempt to move forward seemed to be met with another obstacle. And slowly, without even realizing it, discouragement began to settle into your heart. You started wondering whether the dreams you carried were too large. You started questioning whether the goals you set were realistic. You started asking yourself if perhaps you should simply accept less and stop expecting anything greater. But listen carefully, because this is important. The moment a person begins to believe that their future is limited by their current circumstances is the moment they stop seeing possibilities that are standing right in front of them. Fear narrows vision. Doubt clouds judgment. Discouragement convinces people to focus only on what is missing instead of what is still possible. That is why so many people give up right before things begin to change. They become so focused on the difficulty of the present that they lose sight of the opportunities hidden within it. You have experienced setbacks that tested your confidence. You have faced situations that challenged your faith in yourself. There were times when people spoke words that left deep wounds. Some criticized your dreams. Some laughed at your goals. Some doubted your ability to succeed. Others simply walked away when you needed support the most. Those experiences hurt more than you expected. They made you question your value. They made you wonder whether you were asking for too much from life. Yet despite all of that, there is something remarkable about your story. You are still here. You did not allow every disappointment to destroy your hope. You did not allow every criticism to define your identity. You did not allow every failure to become permanent. Even when your confidence was shaken, something inside you kept searching for a reason to continue. Something inside you refused to surrender completely. That inner strength has carried you farther than you realize.
Many people see only the victories that happen in public. They celebrate the success, the achievements, and the milestones. What they rarely see are the private battles that happened beforehand. They do not see the lonely nights spent worrying. They do not see the sacrifices that were made. They do not see the tears, the doubts, or the moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. Yet those hidden struggles often shape a person far more than the victories themselves. Perhaps one of the hardest things you have faced is the feeling that your progress has been slower than everyone else's. You look around and see people moving ahead. You see others reaching goals that you are still working toward. You see doors opening for them while you remain in a season of waiting. And if you are not careful, comparison begins to steal your peace. It begins to convince you that you are falling behind. But your journey was never meant to look exactly like someone else's. Your timeline is not their timeline. Your path is not their path. The opportunities meant for you do not disappear simply because someone else succeeds first. Life is not a race where only one person wins. Every individual has a unique story, unique challenges, and unique lessons to learn. What is happening in someone else's life does not reduce what is possible in yours. There are things being developed within you right now that could not be developed any other way. Patience is being strengthened. Wisdom is being gained. Resilience is being built. Character is being refined. These qualities may not seem exciting in the moment, but they become the foundation for lasting success. Without them, many people reach opportunities they are not prepared to handle. They gain what they wanted, but lose it because they lacked the maturity to sustain it.
You have likely wondered why certain doors closed unexpectedly. You may have spent months trying to understand why some plans failed despite your best efforts. At the time, those disappointments felt painful. They felt unfair. They felt confusing. But sometimes a closed door is not punishment. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes the path you wanted would have led to greater problems. Sometimes what feels like rejection is actually redirection. Think back to situations that once upset you deeply, but later made sense. Think about opportunities you missed that eventually revealed hidden benefits. Think about relationships that ended even though you wanted them to continue, only to realize later that letting go was necessary. Life has a way of revealing its lessons over time. What seems confusing today may become clear in the future. Right now, there may be circumstances in your life that you cannot fully understand. You may have questions that remain unanswered. You may be carrying concerns about finances, family, health, or the future. Those concerns are real and they should not be ignored, but do not allow them to convince you that hope is lost. Challenges may be present, but they do not have the final word over your future. One day, you will look back at this season and recognize how much it changed you. You will see how much stronger you became. You will realize that the difficulties forced you to grow in ways comfort never could. You will understand that some of the lessons you resisted became some of the most valuable lessons you ever learned. The truth is that your story is still unfolding. There are opportunities you haven't seen yet. There are conversations you haven't had yet. There are doors you haven't walked through yet. There are moments ahead that will make sense of many things that seem confusing right now. The future contains possibilities that your present circumstances cannot fully reveal. So refuse to let fear write your story. Refuse to let doubt make your decisions. Refuse to let temporary setbacks convince you that permanent defeat is your destiny. You have come too far to quit now. You have survived too much to stop believing now. You have invested too much effort to walk away now. Stay focused, stay patient. Keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. Keep believing even when results are not immediate. Keep showing up even when motivation is low. Small steps taken consistently have the power to create extraordinary change over time. And there is another truth that many people overlook. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in life begin quietly. They do not arrive with immediate fanfare or dramatic announcements. They begin with a decision, a conversation, an opportunity, or a shift in perspective. At first, it seems small, almost insignificant, but over time, that small beginning grows into something much larger than anyone expected. What appears ordinary today may become the turning point you remember for years to come. And that is why you cannot afford to judge your future based only on what you see today. Too many people make that mistake. They look at their current circumstances and assume that nothing significant can change. They look at their bank account and decide that prosperity is impossible. They look at their challenges and conclude that success belongs to someone else. They look at the obstacles in front of them and convince themselves that the journey is over before it has truly begun. So refuse to let fear write your story. Refuse to let doubt make your decisions. Refuse to let temporary setbacks convince you that permanent defeat is your destiny. You have come too far to quit now. You have survived too much to stop believing now. You have invested too much effort to walk away now. Stay focused, stay patient. Keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. Keep believing even when results are not immediate. Keep showing up even when motivation is low. Small steps taken consistently have the power to create extraordinary change over time. And there is another truth that many people overlook. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in life begin quietly. They do not arrive with immediate fanfare or dramatic announcements. They begin with a decision, a conversation, an opportunity, or a shift in perspective. At first, it seems small, almost insignificant, but over time, that small beginning grows into something much larger than anyone expected. What appears ordinary today may become the turning point you remember for years to come. And that is why you cannot afford to judge your future based only on what you see today. Too many people make that mistake. They look at their current circumstances and assume that nothing significant can change. They look at their bank account and decide that prosperity is impossible. They look at their challenges and conclude that success belongs to someone else. They look at the obstacles in front of them and convince themselves that the journey is over before it has truly begun.
But life has a way of changing when people refuse to surrender. History is filled with stories of individuals who faced overwhelming odds yet continued moving forward. They were told they could not succeed. They were told they were not qualified. They were told they were not talented enough, strong enough, connected enough, or capable enough. Yet they kept going. Step by step, challenge by challenge, they built a future that once seemed impossible. You may not realize it, but you have already developed qualities that many people never acquire. You know what it means to persevere through disappointment. You know what it means to keep trying when results are delayed. You know what it means to stand back up after being knocked down. Those experiences have created strength within you that cannot be purchased, borrowed, or instantly acquired. They have become part of your foundation. There are moments when life feels unfair. You see people receiving opportunities you wanted. You watch others experience blessings while you continue waiting. Questions begin to fill your mind. Why is it taking so long? Why has this challenge lasted so long? Why do some people seem to move forward effortlessly while you continue facing resistance? Those questions are understandable. Everyone asks them at some point. But the danger comes when those questions turn into conclusions. Questions can lead to growth, but negative conclusions can stop progress completely. The moment you conclude that nothing will improve, you stop looking for possibilities. The moment you decide that success is impossible, you stop taking the actions that could lead to success. The moment you believe that your future is already decided, you stop creating opportunities for change. Do not allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions for you. There will be days when you feel discouraged. There will be days when motivation is low. There will be days when progress seems invisible. But feelings are not always reliable indicators of reality. Sometimes growth is happening even when you cannot feel it. Sometimes progress is taking place even when you cannot measure it.
Think about a tree during its earliest stages. For a long time, much of its development happens underground. Roots spread deeper and stronger before visible growth appears above the surface. An observer might think nothing is happening, yet beneath the ground, important work is taking place. In many ways, personal growth follows the same pattern. Some of the most important developments occur before visible results appear. Perhaps this season has been strengthening qualities that will become essential later. Perhaps patience is being developed because greater opportunities will require it. Perhaps wisdom is being gained through experiences you would not have chosen for yourself. Perhaps resilience is being built because future challenges will demand it. Whatever the reason, do not assume that this season lacks purpose simply because you do not yet understand it. You have spent enough time focusing on what went wrong. You have replayed the mistakes. You have revisited the disappointments. You have analyzed the failures from every angle. While reflection can be helpful, constantly living in the past can prevent you from embracing the future. There comes a moment when a person must stop staring at closed doors and start looking for open ones. The mistakes you made do not define who you are. The setbacks you experienced do not determine your worth. The failures you encountered do not cancel your potential. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has made mistakes along the way. Every successful individual has experienced rejection, disappointment, and setbacks. Those experiences were not proof that they should quit. They were part of the process that prepared them for future success. Imagine what could happen if you stopped doubting yourself every time a challenge appeared. Imagine how much progress could be made if you approached obstacles as lessons instead of barriers. Imagine the possibilities that could unfold if you believed that growth was still available to you, regardless of your age, background, or past experiences.
You may not control every circumstance that enters your life, but you do control how you respond. You control whether you continue learning or stop trying. You control whether you allow fear to dominate your decisions or choose courage despite uncertainty. You control whether you focus on possibilities or become trapped by limitations. The choices you make today may seem small, but small choices often create major outcomes over time. A single decision can lead to a new opportunity.
A single conversation can create a valuable connection. A single step can begin a journey that changes everything. Never underestimate the power of consistent action taken over an extended period. The future does not belong only to the most talented people. It often belongs to those who remain faithful to the process, those who continue learning, those who continue improving, those who continue moving forward when others quit. Persistence has a way of creating opportunities that talent alone cannot guarantee. As you move forward, remember that your value is not determined by your current situation. Your worth is not measured by temporary struggles. Your potential is not limited by past failures. There is more within you than you have fully discovered. There are strengths you have not completely developed. There are opportunities waiting beyond obstacles that currently seem impossible to overcome. So keep going. Keep believing that better days are possible. Keep taking action even when results seem slow. Keep trusting that every lesson learned, every challenge faced, and every step taken is contributing to a larger story that is still being written. Because what appears to be an ending may actually be the beginning of a chapter far greater than anything you have imagined so far.
You may not control every circumstance that enters your life, but you do control how you respond. You control whether you continue learning or stop trying. You control whether you allow fear to dominate your decisions or choose courage despite uncertainty. You control whether you focus on possibilities or become trapped by limitations. The choices you make today may seem small, but small choices often create major outcomes over time. A single decision can lead to a new opportunity. A single conversation can create a valuable connection. A single step can begin a journey that changes everything. Never underestimate the power of consistent action taken over an extended period. The future does not belong only to the most talented people. It often belongs to those who remain faithful to the process, those who continue learning, those who continue improving, those who continue moving forward when others quit. Persistence has a way of creating opportunities that talent alone cannot guarantee. As you move forward, remember that your value is not determined by your current situation. Your worth is not measured by temporary struggles. Your potential is not limited by past failures. There is more within you than you have fully discovered. There are strengths you have not completely developed. There are opportunities waiting beyond obstacles that currently seem impossible to overcome.
And as you continue moving forward, there is something else you need to remember. Not every season of life is meant to look the same. There are seasons of planting, seasons of waiting, seasons of growth, and seasons of harvest. The mistake many people make is expecting immediate results from seeds they planted only yesterday. They become frustrated because the outcome has not appeared as quickly as they hoped. They assume that because progress is not visible, progress is not happening. But some of the most important developments require time. Look at your own life. There were dreams you once carried that seemed impossible. There were goals that felt far beyond your reach. There were challenges that appeared too large to overcome. Yet somehow, little by little, circumstances changed, lessons were learned, opportunities appeared, strength increased. What once seemed impossible gradually became reality. The same principle still applies today. The future can unfold in ways that are difficult to predict from your current position. You may be standing in a place where uncertainty feels overwhelming. Questions about the future may fill your mind. You may wonder how certain problems will be solved or how certain goals will ever be reached. It is natural to desire answers. It is natural to want clarity. Yet some of life's greatest opportunities arrive before complete understanding does. Sometimes the next step becomes visible only after you take the current one. Many people spend years waiting for perfect conditions before they move forward. They wait until they feel completely confident. They wait until every risk disappears. They wait until every question is answered. But perfect conditions rarely exist. Progress often belongs to those who are willing to move forward despite uncertainty. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to continue even when fear is present.